Hello, everybody. Recently, I was having a conversation with somebody, and they're getting very close to retirement. They asked me, what is the most important thing that they can do to prepare for retirement financially? They have a lot of other things working for themselves, and it's looking very promising for them. But unequivocally, I said the most important thing that you can do to prepare for retirement is to create a retirement income timeline. The reason for this is a retirement income timeline is a framework that allows you to make decisions about everything else that you're going to need to know for retirement on the financial side. What it is, quite simply, it's a simple graph. And on the horizontal axis, you are listing out your age. So if you're 60 today and you want to retire at 62, you start at the 60. You'll make an extra mark for the 62 when you're going to retire, maybe a big R, and you list out the rest of your years. I go all the way until age 95. As we get into our 80s, we might extend that. You might decide to make it shorter or longer, depending on what your needs are, what your beliefs are about your personal health and longevity. And then on the vertical axis, what we're listing out are two things. So the first thing is, what are your direct sources of income? Do you get a pension? Do you have an installment sale from a sale of a business? When is Social Security? Are you planning for it to start to you and at what level? All these things factor in there. Are you going to have a part-time job or some sort of a consulting situation? And then at the top, you're also going to list your income. And the key thing that you want to know is, what is the delta? What is the difference between the income coming in different years, as well as what the need is? Now, when you do this, you're going to start to see a couple of things. You get a global picture of where you are. And this is the thing that you need in order to make more strategic decisions. A lot of people tend to operate tactically because they get very close to something and they have a hard time seeing anything else. Let me go step back and see the forest from the trees. Now, a couple of examples of this. Do you want to make a Roth conversion this year? The idea of a Roth conversion is you're going to pay some extra tax this year so that you don't have to pay taxes in the future. I have yet to meet the person that wants to pay extra taxes. However, when they start to look at it and say, okay, I know that at some point in the future, the money coming out of that IRA account is taxable and I'm going to get that added to my income, is that going to start to bump me brackets? Maybe you can look at this and say, you know what? I know this is going to hurt a little bit, but it makes sense to do a $100,000 Roth conversion this year. Maybe it makes sense to do $5,000. Your situation will vary, but this is the framework you need to make those big strategic decisions. Short-term pain, long-term gain. A different type of decision. Let's say you want to spend a lot of money one year, some extra money. Maybe you want to buy a boat or an RV. Maybe you want to redo the kitchen, but you need an extra chunk of money and you need to figure out where and when am I going to pull that from? The retirement income timeline gives you a good idea what your income looks like, but also what your needs are for the future. So this is the type of thing that allows you to make those more informed decisions about, can I afford, will my nest egg still be big enough after this distribution to redo the kitchen? Just always encourage people that as you're getting ready to retire, to build yourself a retirement income timeline and check in on it every now and again because things do change and you just want to make sure that it's updated. Typically, we're doing that twice a year. Hope this has been helpful. If you find it helpful, please like and subscribe. Thank you.